Hey guys, once again, this is LD, and I'm over here right now. You see, I have three watches to the left, and they're my Rolex, the Fearers, Studio Underdog, Mimosa, and the Timex Marine M1A. And I also have another watch off here to the side, which is my Citizen. Let me turn that upside down. My Citizen Tsuki. Now, here's where I am doing this unboxing or really unwrapping is between all three of or all four of these. I have two 20 millimeters, a 21 millimeter, and a 22 millimeter lug width. And I just got a package from StrapHabit out of my own pocket. I actually bought some straps from them on Black Friday. I bought this strap right here from Black Friday, and I actually loved how it looked. I believe this one is from Crown and Buckle, and this one is actually an authentic Timex, strap, which is from my, what did I get that from? I got that from my MK1, and I put it on there. And then I have this alligator, crocodile, whatever you want to call it, strap. I like green. That was one of the things that, especially during the winter, I like to be able to wear leathers and canvas and stuff like that. It's just something that I like. I like the military style. I usually don't do a wrist check, but as a matter of fact, I have a Jack Mason Pursuit Pro on the green NATO strap, and that NATO strap is from Crown and Buckle. So went ahead, got StrapHabit, and I am going to do this unwrapping, I guess you would call it. Let's see what we got. This is all that we got. Nothing else is in there. Sign up for the newsletter. And once again, it's a nice little thank you from Nick. And as you see, when I said that I like green, I did get some curved spring bars because I wanted to put some stuff on here for the NATO strap. So I did get some curved spring bars, but, and are these marked? This is the 21. So this is a 21, which should be the same strap similar to this. Once again, I got this rubber, this green rubber one, because I think they call it the hybrid strap. I got this one because I also have a tan one, which you may have seen on my Pursuit Pilot, that I actually liked how that green looks, and I like how this green looks. Once again, I think this is a 21. So this is something that I should be able to put on the Rolex. This is a 22, black, rubber, something that's for the Citizen. And what is this right here? This is 21. Once again, green, something to put on the Rolex. And this right here, 20 millimeter or 22 millimeter. No, this is 20 millimeter, right? Nylon. There we go. That should probably help. And this is to see how this looks like on these. So let's start with the 20 millimeter first and see how we like it. Like I said, once I was actually looking at how, see, so like now that is how I was looking at this would look like. Quick release. That was one of the things that I was really, really wanting, is a quick release strap for all of this, because that gives a little bit, makes it a little bit easier for you to change the straps out. And because I don't have my glasses on, which I should have did that before. Let's get it in there. Of course, when I'm trying to do this on, the first one went in so easily. That's how that looks. Tell me, what do you think about that? Does that look decent? What do you think about the gray? I thought I had got two 20 millimeters, but I guess I didn't. Just double check just to make sure. Because this says 21 millimeter on this one. So yeah, 21 millimeter green. This is the 20 millimeter coming over here. And let's see what the Rolex is looking like. And this is the one that I actually was really interested in, because this reminds me of This reminds me of the same one I have right now. Come on. And it should just snap into place. Come on. That's the big thing. It is easy to scratch the insides of these, and you don't want to do that. You really don't want to do that. Like I said, right there. As I come on. Come on, there we go. And that's how that looks. Now, I actually do like that military, that darker military green going on there. You tell me what you think about it. I stand corrected. This is a 20 millimeter. So I actually bought that for this. So also, I know that is me being lazy. So, but tell me what you think about that version. I do have the bracelet. I thought about getting the rubber. The challenge that I've had so far, and that's where I'm worried about this, is that when I eventually do the rubber, will this look as good as that? And I don't know. We'll see. Let me do a couple shots and do this off camera, and I will see how it looks. So tell me what you think about this rubber. The rubber, I'm actually kind of impressed with the look of it. And let's look at how the Timex looks on wrist. Oop, don't want to do that too much. So let's look at Timex. I may have it, I would try to go down one tight just in case, to see one, how it pulls against the lugs, right? How it pulls right over here. And then two, to see how comfortable. Now, understand this is brand new, straight out of the, so this is brand new, straight out of the box. And let me see if I can get it to sit right there. So tell me what you think about that. Does that look like it would actually work out, or is it looking better on the canvas? Tell me, because like I said, the rubber is pretty good. I mean, this is a dive watch. I do kind of want the rubber on there. And on the same note, one, it's like I said, I think it actually looks natural with it. I think it actually looks natural. Like I said, I still like the green strap. I like the Timex strap. The Timex strap is cool. I still like the rubberized green strap right here. That is actually pretty cool. So that actually makes it a little bit softer against the skin. Same thing over here. That this is like a little rubberized leatherette on the hybrid. Let's try to see what the Air King looks like. I've seen the rubber B straps, and they're cool because you do have the curved spring bars going on them. I will try to see how this actually, is, because to me it's like I may not, this. I'm going to be honest with you. The strap is nice. The strap is comfortable. I'm not a fan of it. Will it still get worn? Yes, because I paid money for this, so it still get worn. But I don't know if I like that look as much as I like that waffle texture that is on the Timex. And I say this now, and this tends to happen sometimes, where I may not like how something fits on it at first, and then over time, I actually get more and more appreciation for how it fits. And once I get that appreciation on how it fits, uh, then it becomes like, ooh, I can't believe I didn't do this earlier. I'm trying not to, like I said, I'm trying definitely not to try to scratch up my case. So it's trying to find And usually, so yeah, this is not working for me right now. Let me try the the north side, or the 12 o'clock side, to see if that will work for me. And if that pops in. So this one, the 12 o'clock popped right in, no problem. And as I'm looking at this right now, I actually like this, and it's kind of funny. So now I'm going to be determined, because I actually like this strap more than I like this strap. I just think this strap looks, or this looks better, a little bit more sportier, a little bit more elegant. So let me try one time and try to not scratch up the inside. So let's see. Does it? All right, this is what it's looking like. It looks like it's on. I'm going to put it on right now. I'm going to try it on. I'm looking at this. Let me move all this out. Let's sanitize this area right here. I'm looking at all this, and I'm actually really liking the rubber off of both of these. I think it's a nice look. One of the things that I wanted was to kind of be able to dress them down a little bit and be able to wear them. So let me go ahead and put this on and see if these lugs are actually truly being held. But oh my gosh, tell me what you think about this. I actually like this right here. I think this is a good look. Tell me what you think about that. Is it? I mean, it's not the bracelet. It's not the bracelet. I think the color is actually pretty good. You know, as I'm going through, like I said, I really think the color is actually really worth it. That being said, this is me being on both sides. You're probably going to see me keep this on the rubber. I don't know. You'll probably see both of them. Tell me which should I go? Should I do that one, or should I do this one? You'll probably see this one on the rubber. I will tell you this though. I am kind of convinced. I have convinced myself. I allowed myself to convince myself to keep this one on the canvas, because I like, and see, here's the thing. It doesn't look like it's that much of a difference between these two, but I will say this is for my wrist, which is, you know, as you guys follow, is a 7 3/4 wrist. That is much more comfortable for me. And canvas is much more easier to put on. The canvas is much easier. So if I was to rank this one, I don't want to besmirch StrapHabit, but these are nice. I just don't like them. They're not me. And these were $35. I know the Rubber B has the ones that are curved and everything, and I say this now, but I may end up getting a Tudor. You know, I'm looking at a Pelagos Ultra, and I think that is a 21 lug width as well. And it may be something that actually works well on that Pelagos. So I may hold that for a while. Same thing with this. I actually like this. I had this on my Pursuit Pilot, and in a tan, a khaki tan. And I think that it made it really good. That's kind of reason why I was thinking about getting this for the Air King, was because I was like, well, if it looks good on that watch, it could look good on this watch. It doesn't. I think of all those three, the one that is on there right now, this one right here, right? I think that is the one that I will leave it on. That's the one that deserves to stay on. And that to me makes it to where in between, like if I'm not wearing a bracelet, where's the other one that I have? So let me kick this off to the side. Oh, well, actually, I like this one. So let me kick this one off to the side. And I've been wearing it on this one right here. And to me, I think I like this. I think I like that look better. And then let's go back to where we at. We are, and I think because to keep with that green motif on the Timex, if I'm not using the rubber, if I'm not using the the rubber itself, I think on the Timex, this one actually looks really, really good. So I think these two are my favorite so far from StrapHabit. I actually, like I said, and this is the experimentation that you have to do when it comes to straps. As a matter of fact, and just to show the theme is still going, is let me put the Jack Mason on this side so that it doesn't get as much reflection going on there. Or let's lay that flat. There we go. So I think this is where you actually have to know what you like. And as you can see, I like the green. And these are very, very nuanced greens. At the end of the day, I think I will keep the Air King on this green. I think this green looks great. And I think I'll keep the Timex on this green. Now I say this because I'm probably gonna end up doing a state of the collection in a couple of days. And you may see all of these on their factory straps. I don't know. Going back to Mimosa, like I said, this is I think that's the chevron. I want to say, I could be wrong, but it does make a difference. I think that if I could have did this may have looked good. Let me see if I can fake that. This may have looked good with this. Like, what do you think about that one? Do you think that would have probably looked the part with this one right here? Ah, shoot. See, it's kicking my butt. See, nobody's perfect. But you think this would have looked the part with this one? Do you think this would go? Come on, I'm over here. I probably should mess with this one a little bit more. I'm gonna mess with this one off camera just a little bit, just so that I can, which is good enough to, it's good enough to, yeah, it's good enough to put it down for the camera. But I don't know if that would have, like, which one do you think of these greens do you like? Which one? Now, I do like how this 22 or this green looks with that Tsuki Yomi dial. I do like that. So that's the reason why I was telling you that sometimes it's not the actual, sometimes it's not the actual strap. It's the combination of the strap and the watch. And, sometimes like I said, this, unfortunately, this is a 21 I didn't like with this. And so it may end up going on another watch. I think the ones that I will is a definitely winner. So I'll show this. I'll put it this way. The rubber for this one is these two definitely winner. As you already know, the khaki tan definitely winner for this. Definitely winner for that. And the cool thing about the Timex is, I had this on there, but like when you look at that nuance, that's just a nuanced color of this right here. It looks better with, I think, with the darker color. And those are just the little nuances of that. So let me know what your thoughts are. I know this is a lot of different things going on right here. I messed this one up, but hey, we fix it as we fly it. And at the end of the day, like I said, that is a StrapHabit unwrapping, unboxing, whatever you want to call it. And let me know what you think. Like a fat kid in dodgeball. I'm out.